Fleet Mobility Today, or FMT, is all about driving insights and connecting the Americas. A leading voice in corporate fleet and mobility insights in the region. With dedicated coverage in both North and South America, the FMT network focuses on the main markets of the United States, Mexico, Brazil, Argentina, Colombia, Chile, and, well, many more. FMT provides corporate fleet managers and transportation experts with the latest developments through news articles, informative video podcasts, educational courses, and corporate events. A communication platform that connects with a diverse audience by producing content in English, Spanish, and Portuguese. Your premier source for fleet and mobility intelligence in the Americas. FleetMobilityToday.com.
Hello, fellow fleet and mobility players. So, technology in fleet and mobility operations, it's shifting from vision to execution, whether we're talking about AI, connected fleets, maybe EVs and stuff like that. And there are, a few leaders that don't have a clear view than, my guest today, I think. So it's Manpreet Rana. And he is the VP of Fleet Care and Logistics at Element Fleet Management. So in our conversation today, he will help us break down, real world challenges that fleets are facing, from AI-driven cost control to other things like, EV scaling pitfalls and stuff like that. And also the data models that are reshaping daily operations. So let's get down to the question. So Manpreet, so how you doing, Manpreet?
I'm good. Thank you, Daniel, for having me.
Where are you talking to us from today?
Today, I'm talking to you from our Toronto office. I have teams across North America, but I'm based out of our Toronto office.
Yeah, I know you guys are in Toronto. You're in Canada. You're in the United States. I've talked with some of your team in Mexico as well. So let's start with the questions. My first question is going to be about, guess what? AI. Everybody's talking about AI for cost control. So with cost discipline being a top priority for fleet leaders, where is AI delivering measurable ROI today? Whether it be for maintenance or maybe for safety or operational efficiency, could you give us an idea?
Yeah, that's a great question. And thanks, Daniel. I think most people are asking the wrong question about AI. The question is not how do I use AI to reduce costs? The question is, how do I use AI to redesign the operating model? Historically, fleet operators or fleet operations have been built around people searching for information, validating information, and then making decisions based on that information. Whether it's a repair authorization or a safety event or a collision claim or a driver interaction, a tremendous amount of effort goes into gathering context before a decision can even be made. AI changes that. What excites me is not automation for automation's sake. It's the ability to bring together things like policy, pricing, vehicle data, warranty information, operational history, telematics data, and business rules in a real time and present a recommendation with confidence and evidence. That fundamentally changes how work gets done. The organizations that create the most value from AI won't be the ones that simply remove labor. They'll be the ones that make better decisions, faster decisions, and at scale. And I believe that there's where the future of fleet operations is heading. AI should not just make work cheaper. It should make the operating model smarter.
So we're talking about data and data because you need to collect a lot of data from AI, data fleet operations. Because Element has emphasized like a control tower approach to fleet data. And how does this this model change day-to-day decision making for fleet managers?
Yeah, that's a good, I think, the relevant follow up. For years, the fleet industry has been very good at collecting data, I would say.
Yeah, yeah.
The challenge is that we have often confused data with intelligence. Most fleet managers don't need another dashboard or more data. They don't wake up in the morning asking for more reports. They want to know three things: what's happening, why is it happening, and what should I do next. That's where the control tower concept becomes powerful. It's not about centralizing data, it's about creating visibility across the entire fleet ecosystem: vehicles, drivers, maintenance, charging, safety, utilization, and operations, and then turning that visibility into action. The future isn't a fleet manager looking at 20 different systems. The future is a fleet manager operating from a single source of intelligence. The winners in the industry will not be the organizations with the most data, they'll be the organization that turn data into decisions the fastest.
Yeah, yeah. So it's not only data, of course. Yeah, like you and many other people told me, yeah, we're good at collecting, but you got to do something. You got to do the right things with the data. I have other question as a little bit about EVs, because we talk about EVs too. So the challenges. So fleets, like we say, we're going from ambition to execution in terms of EVs as well. What are the biggest mistakes organizations make when scaling electrification, and how is Element helping them avoid those pitfalls?
Yeah, good question. I think we are entering a new phase of electrification. For the last several years, the conversation was about why fleet should be electrified. Today, the conversation is about how. And that's a very different challenge. The biggest mistake organizations make is treating electrification as a vehicle strategy. It's actual operational strategy to me. A vehicle can be purchased in a day. Building the ecosystem around that vehicle takes much longer. Charging infrastructure, driver readiness, route stability, the energy management, the maintenance support, the operational planning which goes into it. The organizations seeing the most success are the ones that start with operational reality, not ambition. And at Element, we spend a lot of time helping clients identify where electrification creates value first, prove that model, and then scale with confidence. Because the goal isn't to electrify everything, the goal is to electrify intelligently.
Yeah, it depends on where the cars are operating and stuff like that. A lot of different aspects that we need to look at before electrifying. Maybe, like you said, not all, but part of your fleet. I have a question about infrastructure, because practically all fleets, they have some type of EV charging policy. However, according to we just did a study with our Fleet and Mobility Managers Club, FMMC, and EV charging, our infrastructure remains a top barrier in terms of where you're going to be charging these vehicles. In your opinion, what does a pavement ready charging strategy look like?
Yeah, charging is becoming one of the most strategic decisions in the fleet. Because for an electric fleet, energy is now part of the operating model, and that's major shift. Historically, fleets focused on vehicles. Today, they have to think about vehicles and energy together. When I think about pavement-ready charging strategy, I think about a very simple question. Can this vehicle perform its job tomorrow morning? If the answer is yes, you have built the right infrastructure. If the answer is no, it doesn't matter how many chargers you have installed. The best charging strategies aren't built around hardware, they are built around operational requirements. Where does the vehicle park? How long does it dwell? What power is available? What happens when something fails? How do you scale? The future belongs to organizations that treat charging as a business capability, not a construction project.
Mm-hmm. So what month is it now? It's almost, we're in the middle of the of 2026, and 2027 is coming up. Let's talk a little bit. Give me an idea about the future. So as we're looking forward in 2027, which emerging technology or technologies do you believe will have the greatest impact on fleet performance and mobility strategy coming into 2027?
Yeah, good question. When people ask me about the future of fleet, they are usually asking about technology primarily. So I would say, AI, connected vehicles, autonomous systems, energy platforms, and predictive maintenance. Things like these. But I think the bigger story is convergence. For decades, these were separate industries, and vehicles were one industry, energy was another, technology was another, operations was another. Today, they are becoming one ecosystem. That's the transformation we are living through. The vehicle is becoming a connected asset, energy is becoming a strategic resource, operations are becoming increasingly automated, and data is becoming real time intelligence. The organizations that win won't necessarily have the best vehicle or the best technology. They'll be the ones that connect all of those capabilities into single operating model. And that's where I believe the fleet is heading in 2027. We are moving from managing vehicles to, I would say, orchestrating intelligent mobility ecosystems.
Yeah, so that's nice. Compile it together, orchestrating mobility. Yeah, yeah. So, Manpreet, that's about all the time we had for today. But you know what? So everybody, he leaves us with a clear message today. So fleet transformation succeeds when innovation is paired with, of course, disciplined execution. Whether building practical charging strategies, using AI to control, costs, or provide mobility more intelligently, like you said, or adopting a control tower approach to data. The fleets that thrive will be those that operationalize change with clarity and the right partners, of course. So Manpreet offered us a focused roadmap for leaders preparing for the technologies that will define fleet performance into 2027 and beyond. I guess that's about it. So thanks a lot, Manpreet, for your time.
Thank you. Absolutely happy to. And thank you for having me.
Yeah, good to talk to you. And thank you for watching over there. So FMT Insiders, and until next time, take care, everybody. Bye bye.